and welcome to the D&D session, the first one. I am joined by an interesting group of people. We have Tom.
Not interesting.
Okay. We have Nathan.
Hello.
Nathan, otherwise known as Tanuki, one of the admins. If you've ever watched my channel, then you'll know who he is. You'll also probably know these two if you've watched any of the YouTube videos. You just don't know. This is ex-normie, but you won't know who he is.
Nobody does. Not even the government.
So Alex, Ellis,
Especially
Nathan,
not the government.
and so the character names we have. Actually, I'll let you guys introduce your character. Who are they? Don't go too much.
Okay, yeah. My character's Ogbo. He's a turtle monk from a jungle monastery who's searching for knowledge in a far-off land.
Cool. Ellis?
Yeah, I'm playing an ice druid called Fauntalus. He's an ex-noble who's trying to find his place in the world.
Nathan?
I'm playing a centaur fighter named Haela and She used to be a gladiator, now she's escaped that life and she's looking for something to do.
Cool. Tom?
And I am an alchemist called Vartuto, and my master made a brilliant potion that I was simply marvelled by, and I've been trying to replicate it ever since, and since never found it, and I want to make the perfect potions.
It was lean, right?
Oh, for sure. The perfect lean.
It was heroin.
It wasn't just regular lean.
When he pulls out the purple area.
Yeah, I was reaching down to that, and here is the potion I prepared.
I'll put it right here.
Purple drank.
I'm just getting the right thing.
It's glowing purple lean.
Alright, shall we begin then? You are in the First Age, and our heroes each make their way to the city of Benadru, the capital of the great desert of Halvier that borders on the Ildium Sea. We begin our journey on a crisp summer morning. There you go, Alice, there's the weather. The sun is shining strongly as it rises to the highest peak in the sky, with a cool breeze moving through the winding roads of this packed desert city. Among these winding streets is a small library whose shutters have yet to be open. The wood looked worn. Inside we see a stocky Kalashtar slumped over the desk on the far side of the room. He has the book Lilith's Arcanium on Jharkhand ingredients and is using it as a pillow. The librarian checks in on him. Hello. You good? How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm just looking
I
at this
like
book
roughly
here.
shake your shoulder, or he does.
I was asleep, wasn't I?
Yeah. So he's like shaking. We're closing today. It's the big weekend. We have 4 days off. And we are not open for any of these. You are going to need to find other lodgings, I'm afraid. Sorry.
Where will I get more books? Where will I find more information about ingredients? I need to know.
Well, you'll have to come back on Tuesday.
Can I not take any with me?
Absolutely not. No, these are holy relics and texts that we have had for generations. And if you take them out, they will be corrupted. What are you doing? That's disgusting.
Oh.
Sorry.
Well,
I was going to chuck it past you, but I decided that might ruin the recording a little bit.
These are holy relics and treasured texts that you cannot possibly touch. Here's an apple core. So no, you cannot take any. But I am going to need you to vacate the premises in the next hour before I go home to see my family that I haven't been able to see all evening because you haven't left.
okay, fine. I'll finish up here soon.
Like now, soon, or how
Do you
soon?
need me gone now?
Yes, I need you gone now.
Then fine, I'll leave.
Oh, okay, that was easy. Thanks. So then he just turns away and waits for you to go.
Alright, can I just have a quick route around?
Yeah,
and
you can
look
have
for
a
some
quick
more
route
books
around.
on alchemy. See
Yeah.
if I can look for anything.
Make a perception check. First check of the game. Here we
What's this
go.
going to be? Is it going to be a D20?
I can't read the
It's
spine.
going to be a
of
D.
the
Yeah.
shirt.
It's going to be a D20.
Yeah.
Or what? Okay. 10. Oh.
10.
That's what?
You see.
I think I have plus.
Oh yeah, plus.
Plus 3. Jesus.
Plus 3. Okay, 13. You see a few different alchemy books. You've read most of them, but you do see 2 that you haven't seen before. So.
Can I just quickly look at them and see if there's any sort of like outstanding information about anything specific?
Yeah, you can do. You read in one of them. We'll call it Henrietta's Guide to Jharkhand Ingredients. You read in that there is a fungus that grows in a local grove or oasis that is only found around Benadryl, and it is used in a lot of different potions that you don't know about yet. You're reading a lot of names you don't know, but it's used in a lot of potions around the area. So,
do I know what sort of potions they are?
You do not.
Okay.
You need to meet an alchemist in the area to know
that. Did I look in the other one or?
The other one didn't have anything.
Okay.
That was the main sort of thing.
Well.
Cool.
I'll just leave.
So
I guess.
yeah, you leave. Where are you going to go? You have a whole city at your disposal, with no lodgings, nowhere to call home, and no contacts. You've only been in the city for a few days, I should say.
I guess I'll look for like sort of a central point to look around from. Maybe. I mean, there's going to be that festival thing or whatever's happening. So
you see a lot of setup going on around the side, like banners and stuff, bright orange.
I think I'll probably keep my eye out for anything more related to alchemy, but I'm not exactly interested in anything beyond that. So
you get a few like disgruntled looks because you look really tired and you haven't showered. So you're like walking around, the civilians are like, "This is weird." It's accurate. Like you should, that's everyone's character. But so you reach the center of the market and you see there is a few buildings around, a few little stalls selling different goods. Nothing that's really of interest to you, just like fruits and all that sort of stuff. And then you see a small kind of it's a wooden building, but it has the word inn on it. Hunter's Inn it's called. Sorry.
Well, I guess if I have to seek lodgings for the night or for this prolonged period of not being able to go to, well, the library's not of use to me anymore, so I suppose I'll have to set up there for now.
Okay, cool. So you are headed to the inn. Cool. So then we cut to, I need to get the map open. It is.
Library.
Next, coming in on the next shipment of people, tourism from a distant land, coming in on a boat is a turtle.
Let's go.
He is
got a much larger map than mine.
yeah, he is a lot larger, so he gets a nice map. Yeah, to be fair, I might come back to this map in the future.
I'm on a boat, literally.
Not the one. It's the other one. So you're riding, you feel the wind in your hair, and the sea smells. And I thought
He's
you
just
like,
smelling it.
yeah, I was like, you're like, damn, you really can.
Look at some hair.
There we go.
So you're looking for some hair?
Yeah,
So
I'm
we
like,
just lift up the.
yeah, but he said you feel the wind in your hair.
Well, I was just kind of.
Wind in his hair, he's got like a
This is a
singular
much bigger
hair.
I mean, they could have a toupee, it's fine.
Right, he's got a whole fucking afro.
Yeah, you get a whole thing. So, as you arrive in on this boat here.
Okay.
You have.
No, he stands at the front like Titanic.
Nobody's holding him, he's just like,
Like the sheer size of him, like compared to the boat.
You have your captain there, and then you have
Oh, he's drippy.
she,
Oh,
and then you have just another pirate there. So you have arrived from a far off land. You know nothing about this place, but you've just come from a recent settlement abroad. You've helped them grow closer to nature, planted a few trees, did all that sort of stuff. You love all that shit. And you arrive, the water is kind of calm because it's a nice day, but the breeze is making the waves pick up a bit. So the boat is rocking a little bit, but you're no stranger to boats. You've been on quite a few as you've travelled the world. And you arrive in the port and you see a collection of small buildings on the road side, and you see a bunch of just civilians just wandering around doing their business, a few guards just patrolling, checking around the local area. But yeah, what do?
I'm going to admire the water because I love water. I love nature.
And
I'm
that
going
is
to look at
your
all
turn.
these buildings.
Okay, so Nathan.
I'm going to look at these buildings and go, I don't like buildings. I like nature. And then, I'm going to turn to the captain and I'm going to say, where are we?
Welcome to welcome to Halvier. You paid express to get here, so I'm surprised you don't know where you are. But welcome to Halvier. You need to go. Okay. We're about to head out. We have another. This time we don't usually do human passing. We usually do. I'm changing the accent. I'm gonna go. We usually do like storage. So we're picking up a bunch of boxes and then we're heading out. Do you need any directions or anything like that about where to go? What are you looking for? What do you want to do here?
I'm looking for the whoever leads the nearest settlement, so that I can talk to them about nature.
Ooh, you've come across a interesting time to speak to the king. The king of Benadryl is King Fauntalus, or it was. Sorry, I'm not used to this. But recently he just disappeared one night. He went missing, and a new king, King Kestus, has taken over as such. He seems to be doing all right though in the circumstances. It was a weird thing, but they're having this big weekend ceremony at the moment, and I think it's Kestus's way of bringing back culture to the city. But maybe you'll do best to speak to some people there. Everyone will be in a jovial mood.
Sounds like a good opportunity to spread my.
You're like, I see an opportunity to take over.
Yeah, I'm a con man. Right.
Nature.
I'm gonna leave the boat.
I wasn't expecting
Who's
that.
it?
I need 5 minutes to change the
Great
campaign.
things about D&D, if you want to do crazy stuff, there we
Yeah. Alright, you can move your mini.
The crewmate isn't a companion of mine, is he? He's just part of the boat.
Yeah, he's just part of it.
He's
He's
not
like,
coming with me.
he's just death staring at you the entire time. Probably a bit
I
racist.
don't like you, mate.
No,
You're bold.
he's just staring at you. The
You're
entire
bold.
time.
You
He's
can't
like,
even feel the wind in your hair.
You do a positive like.
You do feel it in my cape.
You feel the wind in your
Right.
hair as you leave,
It's
or
going
in your
on.
eyes. Your eyes feel quite dry because the wind's just you can't blink,
'Cause
so
I'm
you're
a
just
turtle.
like feeling it.
He's
So
got
then,
whole grippers out now.
yeah.
Actually, I'm not going to step off the boat. I'm going to jump into the water and swim to the.
Make a dexterity
That's not
check.
dramatic.
No, I'm joking. I'm assuming as a
turtle,
turtle,
It is a turtle.
you can probably swim. So
Yeah, he
I'm
has a
not
swim
gonna use-
speed equal to his walking
Yeah,
speed.
cool. So everyone
Right.
just stares at you then, like, okay, that was weird.
Right,
but-
I've appeared.
okay.
What's going on around me?
So you see what looks to be like a map room here with. Let me just get in.
Okay, that sounds useful.
You have a guy in here who is just reading the map, just trying to
Turtles
figure
don't
things
have the swim
out.
speed. How dumb is that? Sorry.
They don't?
No,
They
they,
don't.
can breathe underwater, but
Oh yeah,
Wow.
they like
They-
walk underwater.
yeah. So you like
I
jumped in.
walked
And
like Pirates of the Caribbean. I've just
You're
walked along
literally
the
the same as.
That's
a normal-
almost more disturbing for people to see, isn't it? It's emerging.
Godzilla style.
like Terminator style. you
yeah,
see-
yeah.
Yeah. So you see, there's a map room,
Map
and you
room.
see through the window, you see a guy there.
Nice.
There's a like storage sort of place over there, which you assume the captain is where she's going to pick up her next shipment.
Yeah.
She is still tying down the boat and like doing all the end of things. The guys like
Okay.
cleaning, and then you see a small little bar thing over there, but it's locked at the moment. It's closed, but it doesn't look like there's too much going on. There are a few people who are like moving around with like ropes over them, like being like,
Well,
sailors.
I can see one person, and I'm thinking he might be interesting. So I'm gonna go in there, into the map room.
Hello. What are you doing in here?
I've come to spread word about how great nature is, and you should accept it. That map has got a lot of green on it. You see, those are the good parts. Can I have a look at the map, please?
I don't think so.
Why not?
But my superiors wouldn't be happy with just me letting anyone see our trade routes. To be honest.
Trade routes.
Yeah. But
That sounds bad for the environment.
well, actually,
Environmentalist.
do you have any coin?
For what?
To it's a celebration this weekend, and we all want to celebrate.
With my money?
Yeah.
What?
I assume I'm not going to get anywhere here. A bribe.
Oh. Ooh. That's a sticky one.
Oh, Road Man Turtle. Bro, that's a sticky one still.
Here in Halvier.
I'd rather think that you should just let me have a look at the map.
Roll persuasion. With I almost said with disadvantage because that's the word. Yeah, you know what? With disadvantage.
That's how awful
Do you
that
have a dice?
was.
You have to.
It was a D20.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, D20 then plus whatever
Yeah.
your or minus whatever your
16 with disadvantage to roll again.
Yeah.
Because you literally are just saying, I think you should.
14.
14
And then
persuasion.
persuasion
plus 0.
0. 14.
Okay. Alright, you can have a quick glance.
Yeah.
Only 2 minutes.
I only want it for
He like looks away.
seeing what the land looks
Yeah.
like, not
Okay, so he looks
right.
away.
No trade espionage
That's
going
when you
on
were
here.
expression to actually like drop
I
one
promise
time out.
I'm not a
I'm like,
trade
fuck.
spy.
Well, here's the map I know.
Lovely. Thank you, my friend.
No, so you look on the map and
Yeah.
you see
Are there any
the
points of
area is
interest?
split into. So it's mainly Halvier, and it's got. You recognise the distant land of Ildorn
Yeah.
over the other way, which is where
Of
you
course.
just come from.
Of course.
Obviously, so you love that area. All love nature. So, Halvier is split into 4 nations that you see at the moment. You see the city of Benadru, you see the area of Hajarki, which is relatively unknown, and then you see 2 other cities that are kind of like not like well known. But your main places are Hajarki and Benadru at the moment, and they're not, they're not close and they're very different. So if you wanted to go to Hajarki, you'd probably have to get transport. Like they run like wagon coaches and stuff, and you see you see that in the trade routes. There's a shipment leaving to Hajarki in the next few days. Then they sort of go every month, and it's got a bunch of dates. But other than that, it's kind of like what you expected. Hajarki does look a lot more nature-filled. Benadru's a lot more deserty, but you can see a few patches of green in like
There's nature
oases
in the
and
desert.
groves and stuff. So, and obviously there's like
Okay.
cactus and stuff out there.
Well, I'll thank him for his services.
Yeah, you should go. I'm just really.
Okay. All
If
right.
it wasn't the enjoy the celebrations. God.
Thank you. Aw, you sound so
When are
sad that I left.
When are these celebrations?
4
This
days,
weekend.
isn't it?
So
4 days.
come in. Yeah, like a bank holiday weekend.
Havaldi.
Right.
Apparently in Havaldi they have swords, curved swords.
Carved swords.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. So now what do you do?
Um,
You can leave the map, by the way, if you are done here.
well,
But you feel free to also explore.
I don't know what else there is of interest other than just chatting to people about random nonsense. So I'm just going to stand here and I'm going to shout, "You should all get in touch with nature," and then I'm going to walk off, right, out there and just
Lovely.
leave.
I
Okay.
feel like we need to add like a little like protest sign to your character.
Someone needs to get, someone,
stick it in the ground.
someone needs minor illusion and just make like campaign.
Yeah.
You know those campaign badges that people
Yeah,
have that they
yeah.
stick on for like vote Trump or something. It's like vote nature in your local election.
Maybe out here just playing a Green Party MP.
This is how it's gonna work.
So
It's gonna be
Next
the huge
is-
offshoot of the story is that we're just gonna end up forming the Green Party. We're
damn it! Stop spoiling where I'm going with this.
We're going to end up fighting the king because he's mining for fossil fuel.
just like we're gonna just get
It's D&D, Dragon Fossil Fuel.
Yes.
we're really gonna get along because you're like all nature and I'm like alchemy.
Yeah, let's create harmful gases. How dare you?
Yeah, all this conflict. He'll be like doing something that harms nature, or like picking a fungus, and
I
he'll be
don't
like,
harm nature.
"Don't pick that fungus."
I need nature to keep going.
So, can you say your character name again? Hela.
Hella.
Hela.
Hella.
Hela.
Just like
Okay.
Hella.
Hela is entering the city for the first time. She has heard that an old friend of hers is. You don't get a map as well. I'm really sorry. Neither do you.
Man,
You don't have a
Um,
sticky map.
Because I wasn't sure what to do for this, but
Alex.
I remembered halfway through asking to look at the map that I had a map, but that's not the point.
so you are in the city attempting to find an old friend that you know from your gladiator fighting days. You haven't seen each other in years, but when you left a lot quicker and under a rush pretense. So you didn't say goodbye or anything, but he sort of protected you and looked out for you while you were there, as much as you protected him as well. So he's an old friend of yours, and you think that he might be here. You've heard that a bunch of new fighters have come in, a bunch of new mercenaries have come into the city, so you've travelled here over many days to see what happens. So you're arriving at the gates of the city, heaving stone gates with wooden doors, and on the ramparts are a bunch of guards patrolling who look at you a bit oddly because you are a centaur. They're not used to that in these parts, so it's very uncommon to see anything that's not really human, elf, dwarf, Goliath now and then. So all of you basically are going to be... no, you won't. But, so yeah, what do? You're a centaur in a big city.
Do I have any leads on where he might be?
You thought he'd probably seek out work in some way, maybe with the Fighters Guild or maybe at your local tavern.
Right.
So it's up to you.
The guards at the gate?
Yeah. Do you want to talk to one?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. I am just going to give... They're all going to kind of look the same, so this is going to be a guard.
I will.
Oh my god!
Roll for initiative, guys. Let's start.
He is like, whoa, 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 whoa! And draws his
Roll
sword.
initiative, yeah.
Back the fuck up. Who are you?
I'm a traveller. I have a friend in the city. He's a
Do you have
fighter.
any identification papers, or I have never seen someone? You are big. Do you like want to stay at the stables? And he's like looking around for someone to see his joke, and no one sees it. But just casual racism, man.
I'll ignore that remark and no, I'm as much of a person as you are.
I don't know about that.
This guy's really
I can
racist.
see that you are a lot more of a person than I am.
Whoa!
Wow.
But if you want to get a drink later,
Shit.
would you? No, stupid.
No, I
sorry.
will pass on that.
So you said you had a friend of some description. Gonna give me any more than that, or
He's a fighter. Would you know of any sort of areas he might go? A fighter's guild or a...
we've had actually to celebrate one of the celebrations for this. I'm sure you know this weekend is a big weekend. Just kind of really pushing that at the moment. Please bring that up in your next section. Sorry. There are a lot of combative sports that go on, so a lot of fighters come in to get money and stuff like that. So he might be staying in the local inn to wait his time in the gladiator arenas if he's a big fighter, or he might have just come in to go join the Fighters Guild. We have quite a sprawling populace of those scum around here. Low lifes, so I would not recommend staying there. Otherwise, there's a few good local taverns around. Like I said, if you want that drink, then
I will pass on that drink, but
I really messed up. Okay.
if you could
Okay.
give me
Do you want
directions.
some directions?
Yeah, if you could point me to a tavern you think maybe he'll stay at.
Okay. So you are going to want to go to the Hunter's Inn. It is just down. He points down the large main street towards the city centre, which has a fountain, a large market, and then a small wooden building that has the word Hunter's Inn on the outside. And he says, "It's just down there, love.
Perfect, thank you.
Try not to scare anyone. And like I said, if you want to go to the stables, they're just down there." Oh, Davey's gonna love this. And then he walks off, very happy with himself.
Are we gonna
EDL god.
Green Party EDL, you see where I'm
How
taking-
does this man both insult and then try and hit on in the exact same sentence?
It's very realistic.
Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah. So cool.
What,
So
Steve, is
you
that?
headed to the inn.
Yeah, I'll probably head straight to the inn.
Okay. So as you walk down the street, much similar to him, you get a lot of people going, "Oh my god, she's big," and like just looking you up and down. Some kids like come and like just poke you, and like, "Mummy, what's this?"
like
So
it's-
how do you react to that? Are you used to
I'll
this?
just sort of laugh it off and carry
Ah.
on with my day. I'm not gonna stab a kid.
Well, this is a horse.
Really going
This is
for
a
that.
horse, right? Imagine if
Yeah.
you just kicked that kid is dead. Have you seen somebody get kicked by a horse?
Yeah, I'm not looking to kill any kids.
That was kind of what I was going for, but all right, fine.
Turn this
Uh,
campaign into one
yeah.
where we're just evading the police because we have a child murderer in our group.
Child
then-
murder and eco-terrorist. Breaking Bad all over again.
It's going so well flawlessly. Okay,
Already
cool.
set up to be criminals.
So then you, I was trying to extend your intro, but you're going straight there. But cool.
Wait, what's my friend's name?
Cairo.
Cairo.
Like the place in Egypt.
Like a desert city.
Kyro. Thank you. He's very special.
Oh, very
Oh,
special.
I don't know.
Do you
geography.
have a Y?
I don't like names that are named
Yeah,
after
it's
capital cities of any.
Oh, like London.
Yeah.
Your local part, we don't have that.
So speaking of, you are currently outside the city. You're very wary of going into
Yeah.
the city at the moment because you don't know who it's run by,
Uh-huh.
what's going on. So you're currently on the outskirts. You see there's a few casual sort of village houses just on the outside, your classic sort of mill farmers sort of houses. But you haven't actually entered the city yet. You've just arrived from a long travel, so you're quite
Yeah.
tired. What do you do?
How close am I to like the city like entrance gate, so the actual official
Probably
way in?
about a 10-minute walk.
A bit
You
more,
can
okay.
see them
Yeah.
on like a hill.
I'm guessing I would have actual official identification papers.
You do.
Okay. Right.
Your name is known throughout the house.
Yeah, that's the problem. Okay. How is the actual entranceway like heavy? Not like guarded, but like am I going to have to use these papers to get in?
He managed to get in without using them,
Right.
but that was because most people would. But
Okay.
luckily, it's kind of busy, so
Okay.
you can see you can see some guards are like not really. They're tired.
Yeah, okay.
It's been a long day.
I'm going to try, like, kind of pull my hat too and kind of, like,
Yeah.
hide my
Just
hair
to
away because
sneak
it's
in.
quite, like, bright. And I'm just going to try and, like, wait until there's a bit of a crowd full of people
Mhm.
and just kind of...
You
walk
see
in.
a bunch of revelers just walking along the way.
Right.
They seem very drunk.
Yep.
But they're on their way, and there's about 10 of them.
Okay, yeah, I'll
A
kind
mix of elves, humans, and
Okay, yeah, I'll just kind of stick towards the elves, like, to the back.
Cool.
But in a way that I'm not trying to also get their attention to talk to me either.
I was gonna say some of them do look at you, but
Yeah.
you're like you sort of giving off they're not drunk enough to just
Yeah, I
like
get
Alex
you.
and
Yeah,
talk
talk to
everyone.
everyone. Yeah, right.
So you follow them up,
Uh-huh.
and you're walking up the winding road. The guards sort of see them coming, and you can see like through the slits and thing, they sort of roll their eyes because there's a
Mhm.
bunch of drunk people,
Yeah.
and they kind of just look at each other. And the same one who talked to him was like, "Just let them through. They're going to be a pain."
Yeah.
And then one of them is like, "Do you want to see some ID? Do you want some ID, man?" And they're like, "No, just go through. I know you. Just go on through. I know it's the weekend." Really well defended. By order of Kestus, you are all allowed in. And then he sort of just nods and then turns away so that he doesn't have to talk to anyone. So
Yeah.
you get into the city that way.
Okay.
Cool.
Are they like still there?
Who, the guards? Or?
No, the drunk people.
Yeah. So they're walking up the main
Yeah,
street.
yeah. I'm gonna like kind of tap one of them on the shoulder
Mhm.
and go. So they mentioned a big thing this weekend.
They did. Yeah. Are you not drunk, man? Have you not had some? Do you want to drink?
Yeah, fuck it, I'll drink it. Yeah.
So you're given like this weird red and orange sort of liquid. You
Mhm.
don't know what it is.
Does it taste like shit?
So you're drinking it?
That's what I'm trying to
I'll try. Yeah.
Yeah, you drink it. It does taste like shit.
It does taste like
It hits you. You're kind of used to a little bit more refined stuff.
Yeah.
And it hits your throat, and you're like, "Fuck!" And you sort of cough, and he
Yeah,
goes,
yeah.
"Ah, you have not had enough, man. You need some more. Come with us to the inn. This guy's great. What's your name?"
But for now, you can call me V if that helps.
Ah, he's mysterious. This man's mysterious. I like him. And then he's like, some of his friends are like kind of turning around to look at you, but they don't really care.
Mhm.
So you now have this bottle of stuff. He doesn't.
Yeah.
care
Okay.
about.
And then they're walking towards an inn, right?
Yeah, they're walking.
Yeah, that
up
works.
the
Okay.
main
I'll just follow them. Like I'll
Cool.
just go with the crowd.
Okay, so I guess we should go back to you. So you're now just walking through the city.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
I'm trying to find a place with most people.
Okay, so you're looking around for large crowds. You see that group of revelers, and are like, "Hey, that looks like a bunch of nature-loving
Suggestible people.
By the way, like,
Let's go.
people." That sounded really creepy.
I was about to say like my clothing like.
Yeah, describe how you look.
I was about to say so. I'm dressed like quite well, but I'm also not dressed for the weather. So you described it as quite sunny. I'm in like a full-on winter coat, like full-on like winter hat. Like I look like I've just come out of like a fucking snowstorm. So like I'm not at first glance gonna stand up, but the minute you look and think like, oh my god, is this guy like alright? Like it's like warm outside. Like, he doesn't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But the drunk people are way too drunk to notice
Yeah.
that, but you might.
So is
What's
he
he
with
take
the
it
drunk
off?
people?
He's with the drunk people, but he is the only sober one there.
Interesting.
Although he won't be if he keeps drinking that stuff. Thank you.
It's like it's strong.
So I think I would
Thank you.
I would notice that he looked a bit strange,
You would.
and it would almost put me off from talking to them because I'd be like, that guy looks like he knows what he's going to be talking about, so he might just reject me. But I walk straight up to the drunk head of the group and I say, "Hey man,
Hey man, how's it going?
where you headed?"
I want to hear about that.
Hey man, do you want a drink?
Yes, I love alcohol.
It's like every the first date uni. Yeah, alcohol. Yeah.
My
yeah.
dad has never been to this place. He has no idea what people are.
You don't know customs, you don't know what people drink, but you are like, I love it already.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
What is this? Is this plant based?
absolutely.
Yeah, man.
It is made from a local fruit, man. I don't know how it's made, but it tastes good.
Is there more
You
of
get
this
it
where
from
you're
outside
going?
the city? No. It's very illegal. Don't show it to anyone.
Okay.
And he suddenly goes very serious with that, and he's like, "But anyway, man, drink up."
I have some more. I have some more.
You have some
and
more.
then
Okay.
I'll say,
So it
"Yeah,
hits you
dudes."
like it hit him because you're not
Yeah.
used to this shit. You feel your throat like swell up. You're like,
Oh shit.
but you're fine.
Okay.
So then do you follow these guys? Because they
Yeah,
are
I follow them and I talk to them about how beautiful the sea is.
Let me guess. Let's say nature.
Do you like nature?
Do you like? How do you think your local government does at preserving nature?
Yes, this is the
My
story.
lord,
Are there trees around here?
Bro, have you heard of this thing called like recycling?
Nature's
My
great. I
character's
love
devolved
nature.
so
they make like this.
You have
And
it
also, the local
I don't
government, they gave us this weekend, and I've been really dying to get off work. So I love the local government, man. You'll love them. They're a hoot. They're a hoot.
I'd love to meet them.
Yeah, man. That's not gonna happen. But you should totally maybe look at picking some litter up. There's a lot of trash.
Bro, I think we should do that now.
No, I don't want to. I'm gonna drink some more liquid.
Okay,
and go party this
liquid
in.
first.
You're kind of boring. Where's the elf, dude? Where's the elf? Elf's fun.
Elf?
Elf.
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 I've not met any elves in this land yet.
Oh, you will.
There's elves in this group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeremiah over there, he's an elf.
Jeremiah.
Do you like Jeremiah?
I
Look
like
at Jeremiah.
Pointy
Speak to
ears
Jeremiah.
remind me of leaves.
Huh?
The pointy ears remind me of leaves.
Alright, man, you're really obsessed. I'm gonna.
It's gonna be the
Whoa, that's a big fucking horse.
Oh.
Well, there you have it. The first episode of Echoverse D&D is done, and if you did enjoy it, then please do hit that like button and share with your friends. And make sure you don't miss an episode by subscribing down below. Also, if you have any feedback, please put it in the comments below, as we will be reading all of it and seeing what you thought. But until the next episode, guys, stay noisy and see you soon.